Hello every pony, Blue Wave here, aka that raving lunatic, and we're back from the month-long hiatus, and boy do we have an episode to rave about today. Canterlot Boutique, one of the long-awaited episodes that many fans wanted to see since Lauren Faust talked about it during an interview.
The destinies of all these characters. I wanted Rarity to get her shop in Canterlot.
Now, I must admit that in the past, I didn't really have much of an interest in Rarity's story as I did with some of Lauren Faust's other stories about her characters, but over time, this quickly became a goal I was hoping to see Rarity accomplish in a future season. So without further ado, let's get this review started. As the episode begins, we see Rarity receive a letter from Pinkie Pie that reveals that she now owns a boutique in Canterlot. Hopefully this means that we'll see some of Lauren Faust's other visions, such as Rainbow Dash becoming a Wonderboard and the CMC earning their cutie marks somewhere near the beginning of the next season. Only time will tell.
She used the huge bonus she earned making the costumes for Sapphire Shore's Equestria-wide tour to open the second boutique!
Yeah, let's leave the exposition to the professionals, please. Thank you. So after the main six meet up with Rarity at the boutique, we get introduced to a new character by the name of Sassy Saddles, a unicorn that Rarity hired to help run the shop. And to be honest, I didn't really find anything interesting or memorable about her, especially when we see how she behaves later on in the episode. But anyways, after sharing some of Sassy's business strategies, Rarity asks if Twilight could model one of her dresses, since according to a poll, Twilight is the most popular princess in Canterlot and it would help sell the dresses a lot faster due to her celebrity status. Which is a little dumb if you ask me, since Luna is obviously the best princess in Canterlot. Psst, hey, we're still alive. Oh, sorry, what I meant to say was, of course Twilight is the best princess. She's amazing in every way. Yes, indeed. Let's continue, shall we? As Rarity opens the shop, things start taking a wrong turn as Sassy starts following her own plans and tries to take more control of it, believing she knows what's hot and what sells in Canterlot. Yeah, see what I mean? Not the least bit interesting. Eventually, she gets 100 orders for Rarity's princess dress, and Rarity, not wanting to disappoint anyone, decides to make them despite her original plans. This then leads into the song Rules of Rarity, and in my opinion, it's a pretty good song. The lyrics are catchy, it has a nice art of the dress beat, and it does a great job showing Rarity's progression in losing her creative drive for her dresses the more she continues to make them. However, the only issue I have with the song is that it fell short at times due to being cut into 3 separate parts in the episode. But other than that, it's still a pretty decent song. So after finishing all the orders, Rarity gets to the point to where she realizes that despite having fame and success, she's actually miserable with the life she now has. This is where I think the episode really shines, as it not only shows the struggles of an artist wishing to be creative in their work but can't because of popular demand from the public, but it also shows a lesson about not struggling to achieve one lifelong goal, because the harsh reality of it might be it's not as glamorous as you thought it would be. Rarity's dream was to one day own her very own shop in Canterlot, so when she was faced with the dilemma of choosing quantity over quality, it makes sense that she would make the drastic decision to shut down the shop if it meant she could no longer share her creative passion with the world. This is exactly the kind of story I wanted to see Rarity go through when she finally accomplished her dream. And the execution up to Rarity's final decision was handled very well, as we see that the public still likes creativity and that Rarity's original vision was still widely desired. Oh, and by the way, I both ship and accept the names that the fandom has chosen for these two ponies. But anyways, Sassy realizes that her ideas weren't the best choice for the shop, but only did them because she didn't want to become part of another failed boutique. Which is kind of understandable, but the execution up to her redemption was rather fast and somewhat unsympathetic given that her actions seemed a bit selfish at the beginning. But despite all that, Rarity allows her to stay and manage the shop, provided that she applies her rules to the business in her absence. And that's Canterlot Boutique, Fillies and Colts, and boy do I have plenty to say about it. It had a remarkable story that I'm sure many fans were waiting to see happen during this season. The humor was short but well balanced, and the song, dress designs, and animation were all phenomenal, with a few nitpicks here and there, but nothing too big. Now, as for Sassy Saddles, I thought she was a good foil to Rarity in this episode, but in terms of character, she wasn't all that likable, as she sort of came off as a less cruel but more manipulative version of Silly Polar Male. Not only that, but the fact that many people found the background ponies in this episode to have more character and likability than her is a real bummer. And finally, the moral about taking pride in your work and choosing quality over quantity is both relatable and a very important lesson for anyone looking to move up in the world. And for that reason, this episode is, in this reporter's opinion, something worth raving about. Now, before I go, let's get an interview with one of the ponies. You sir and/or madam, come over here and give us your opinion on the dresses you saw in today's episode.
Oh my gosh, I fell!
Oh, wonderful, you broke the camera. Oh well, wasn't mine anyway. Well, I guess that's all for today, folks. I'm Blue Rave, and I'll catch you later.
The day begins, she makes herself look pure. I know she'll turn some heads of that, I'm sure. Now you know she's looking fine, also divine, also sublime. She gets to work, and don't you know, stitching time saves nine.